only negativity. Wait, these fuckers, they won't like this. Got them all on my head list. I know they won't like this. I know they gon' fight this. But they cannot break this. And they cannot change this. Ain't no nigga lying this, oh no. Don't trust the bitches, oh no. Don't trust the niggas, oh no. Don't trust the crackers, oh no. I don't trust nobody, oh no.
I got it.
So good night, everyone. Welcome back to Done Podcast. You know it's your boy again, Puff Don, the ultimate, no other than Dada. You already know what time it is, representing from the United States of America. So tonight, as you guys already saw in the introduction that I did at the beginning of the video, tonight's topic is a very, very sensitive topic, and I think it would have been unfair for me alone to talk about it in this video. So I have some friends that I call up and say, hey, I need your guys' views on this, but not over the phone, but on a Zoom conference call where we can discuss openly and no one is being judged on their opinion. So it's a simple topic, but it covers a wide variety of stuff. So the topic is no other than just, should a female be 100% submissive to her partner? In other words, submissive means ready to conform to the authority or will of others. Basically, doing whatever you're being told to do without having any form of retaliation or denying to do it. You just doing it. If I tell you to jump, you ask me, hey, baby, how high should I jump? So that's what I mean when I say 100% submissive to their partner. So tonight we have Chanel on the line. We also have Janelle Curlew. We also have Finnegan. We also have Amaria Allen. These are participants, also my friends. And we will have an actual conversation about this where we express our view. So kicking it off, straight out the lot. Personally, me, I believe that a female should be somewhat submissive to me. I wouldn't say 100% submissive, but at least 85% or 90%. Whereas if I ask her about something, she should be knowledgeable enough that we can have a conversation about it. And at the end of the day, if my point doesn't make any sense and hers carry more weight, then for sure we work with her idea. But most of the times, I believe that whatever I say makes sense because I think enough about it before I even mention it to my girl, right? So that's what my view is on it. So let me hear what you guys have to say about that topic.
Oh, well, no. Choose who you want to speak first.
All right, so since you spoke first, you can go ahead and give your
No,
view.
no. The first thing I would ask you is allow the ladies to go first.
Okay, alrighty. So Miss Curlew, what's your view on that topic? Do you think you should be 100% submissive to your boyfriend or your husband?
So my view is that I don't think that I should be 100% submissive to my partner, nor would I want a partner who wants me to be 100% submissive to them. At the end of the day, it's really what works for you and what you like and what you know will bring a fruitful relationship in terms of your personality. So if I'm not a person who is a very submissive woman, then I'm not going to want to date someone who needs 100% submissive partner in their life. And then the next thing with the whole 100% submissive thing for me personally is the demand of it. I think that it's very important to give your partner space and room in a relationship to be who they want to be or to be their true self. And if that means that the partner is opinionated or the partner has their own thoughts that they want to contribute, it doesn't mean that whatever you say should go. And when you allow your partner to have room to be themselves, then they would naturally want to, in some ways, be submissive to you. I'm not a submissive person generally. I'm very strong-minded and opinionated, but my partner accepts and allows me to be that. And because of that, and he doesn't demand me to be submissive, and because of that, there are ways that I naturally want to submit to him. And that's the key. If you get your partner to a point where they actually want to submit to you rather than you demanding it, then that leaves room for a better partnership and a better relationship, in my opinion.
Boom. So Chanel, what's your opinion on the whole being 100% submissive to your partner?
I don't believe that because it's like I don't like to. For me, I don't like to be like forced to do something. When you force me to do something, like I'm not gonna give my best. Like I'm gonna just ignore you. But if my partner is like being good to me and like meeting my needs and I'm meeting that person's needs, I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be really submissive to my man because he respect me at whatever I have my boundaries at, and also for him as well. But if a guy is not doing his part out there, toning out, talking to different females, I'm definitely not gonna be submissive to him. I am not gonna follow his rule. I'm not gonna hear anything that he has to say or like nothing in that area. So
All right. And the other guy.
So you can address me. As I
Hey,
believe.
I'm don't know if Miss was address you. Go ahead,
All right.
man. Where is it?
Intro me, Vaughn. Intro me.
So, all right. So basically, Chanel, you're saying you're going to be rebellious. Okay, got it. Okay, so before we even get down into details, I'm going to ask Mr. Dinam to go ahead, aka Finnegan, aka Ushboss, aka Alkaline, right? And go ahead and explain his view and should he think his girl should be 100% submissive to you?
All right, Puff. Thank you for that introduction, though. Well said. So my views on should my partner be 100% submissive. Um, I definitely do believe that she should be.
Are you that?
Yo, Puff, the blind eye.
Kurt?
Let's
Kurt.
Yo, you know, so we bang line, boy. I move some man.
All right, go ahead.
All right, thank you, Vaughn, for that introduction there. So my views on should my partner be 100% submissive. I do agree with that. As a traditional male, and I would call myself an alpha male, I 100% believe that a female should be submissive. I think we get the terms a bit confused. Being submissive doesn't mean that I am controlling. It means that you submit to me, which means that you will put me as head of state, such as back in the days, a man's job was basically to provide. I meet your needs, you meet mine. In the decision making, I can hear your opinion. I will take it under consideration, and from that point, a decision will be made. Will your opinion impact the decision? It can, it could, but at the end of the day, as the head of the household, what I say goes. And with this whole new generation now, females are taking up more of are being less submissive and being more alpha females, meaning they are interchanging the role, causing a lot of confusion in the relationship. So I expect my partner, my girlfriend, my wife to be 100% submissive because it's not based on the points that the females are making. They're making as if the man was they're looking at a negative perspective where the male would be cheating, not treating her right. As a man, you have to be showing respect. You have to be the best interest for the girls. If in myself, I know that I will be making decision um for the better of us. So I would definitely would like her to be submissive. And why would you have two bulls in one pen? One has to submit. So that's my view on it right now.
Okay, Mr. Denham, thank you for that. You made some strong points that I myself agrees with. But before we get into details, Mr. Allen, you can go ahead and share your point of view on should your woman be 100% submissive to you and express yourself on whatever side you decide to choose.
Well, when somebody like when someone like myself hears a question like that, I am tempted to unpack it because there's a lot that really goes into something like that. And listening to everybody respond to the question, you know, this is gonna be a lengthy conversation, I can already tell. Because what structure in society or civilization do you know? Would that be a business, any type of social organization at any level where you don't have someone at the head of it? It really comes down to one person. Everything, no matter what, even in the military, there's a chain of command for a reason. Everything always leads to somebody has to submit to the will of a person in authority. And usually that also comes with being the person in authority, also comes with great responsibility. And this is where on both sides I completely understand where the women would be rebellious because they are misguided in their interpretation of what a man is based on what they may have at their disposal. And also, a lot of young men don't understand the responsibility that comes with being the head of anything. You know, it's a lot of pressure. And at the end of the day, if you really want to say that you run the show and the buck stops with you, then you need to understand the weight that come with the accountability, the liability, the responsibility, what that comes with. If you fully and thoroughly understand what that means and you're willing to take on and you are competent at taking on that task, then I don't believe any reasonable woman would have an issue submitting in a situation like that. Now, if you're a young man, however, and you piss can burn grass, as Jamaicans would say, and you just believe that just because you are male, you have one Y chromosome, and you have two little marble between your foot, then automatically that means every female on the planet should just recognize your authority as being superior. Then no, you're immature and you're ridiculous. So as far as the conversation will go, that I think that is my opinion on that. A woman submits to you if you are submissible.
I agree
Okay.
with that.
I agree.
Okay.
That
Especially
is
that
one good
last part.
question, sir.
Right there, so
Especially that last part where he was like, a woman will submit to you if you are submissible, is what I would say. If
amen.
you are in a relationship where you are have the maturity to treat your woman the way that she needs to be treated or the way that she wants to be treated in a very respectful manner, and you can take on whatever responsibility or that way, then your woman is going to naturally want to submit to you. If you're going to come with a forceful spirit and a demanding spirit of just because this and just because that, then you need to do what I say and you need to jump as high as I need you to jump, then that is where the rebellion is going to come in. But if you are doing what you need to do and you are a good partner in all the ways that you need to be a good partner
No,
relative to
push
your
pause,
relationship,
push
relative to
pause.
your
No,
relationship.
no, push pause. Hold on. I am Vaughn will tell you this. I don't argue with women. Just push pause for a second. There's some loaded statements that you just made. I'm just wanting to make sure that we're all understanding the same perspective. Now, what do you mean? You know, when you break it down, what do you what constitute to you as a good man? What values does that man bring to the relationship?
Okay, which is why I said relative to the relationship. So it's going to be different for everybody, but for me, what makes a good man is respect, is accountability, is commitment, is treatment. And by treatment, it means that if I like certain things, then you will once in a while do those certain things because you know that I like certain things. It is security, and security covers a lot of things. That's kind of wide. Um, but those would be my top 5 things for me personally that makes a good man, which is why I said it's relative to your relationship, your needs, your cup of tea, right? Now, if my partner is providing all of those things, even though I said earlier that I am a strong minded individual who is opinionated, um, and isn't generally a submissive person, if my partner is providing those top 5 things that is relatively important to me, then I am going to naturally want to submit to my partner.
All right. Nell, Nell, is that her name?
Yeah.
What's your opinion based on what you just heard?
So what you said earlier, that was how am I say it? So on my point of view on the whole situation is that if a female or a woman, you know, submits to a man, has to be good like all the way. Like he can't be, oh yeah, I'm good on one part and then you're supposed to submit to me. Because a lot of like people in my generation feel like, okay, just because they're a male, like they're a man and they're supposed to get everything what they want, and all the females are supposed to flock on them and bow down to them and do
Oh,
everything.
wait, what generation are you?
I'm talking, I'm 2000, so I am 22.
What I could,
Barely.
but what if the guy falls short in one area? What if he falls short in one area? What are you gonna do? What if he's providing all five, all four currently, all four out of the five, but falls short in one area? What can you do to help him to get that all five?
No, like I'm not saying that,
More important, why does he need to fulfill all 5? It's not like she's gonna
like
fulfill
how
all her
it's just
5
like
either.
how guys will have a limit, like, oh, a female has to look like this, dress like this, act like this, or sometimes be compared to their mom if they do love their mom like that, or they godmother, or whoever
Who,
they idolize
wait,
as a
you are compared to his mother?
no. I'm just saying, like, no, I haven't I haven't been in that situation. But I'm just saying, like, you have some guys that idolize alpha women in their family that been doing like multiple things that they're like, you know what, I want my wife, or I want
Do you,
my
when you say alpha woman, can we come to a mutual agreement as what that term means? Because I wouldn't consider a
Manly
mother as
woman,
oh
a
my
manly is an alpha.
someone who is a male figure is an alpha, I'd assume.
So which man do you think wants a masculine? We can agree that masculine would be the term then.
Yes, because
Which
where I think that is coming from, the whole alpha female thing is where we grew up in a generation. There is a lot of single mothers where a man will grow up with a with his mother, and his mother is without a father. So the mother would start to play a more masculine role, the roles that the father should have played. So they would see a much more
if she's stupid?
demanding. It's just a society that we live in.
I wouldn't want,
Like
I wouldn't want a female who would want to take my leadership away from me. That makes me feel less of a man. You
But
know,
if the father
Well,
is not there, then what you expect? Because how are you gonna get a father figure if there's no male like
but you,
dominant around?
you have guys who don't have no father figure, and they're way better men than men who actually have multiple father figures in their life. You have a
So
lot.
who they get raised from, who they learn it from.
Well, I mean, I believe the human mind and body is designed a way where we adapt and overcome. You know, when you reach a certain age, you know what is right from wrong. And when you reach a certain point, you know that if this female should be treated as such because of the value that she carries, right? Because if you're a female and you don't carry any value and you want me to be that guy for you that you should submit to, I am not gonna give you all those treatments because you are a female that doesn't carry any value. You know what I mean? But if you're a female that ticks most of the box or 8 out of the 10 boxes that I want in a female, the traits that I desire, by all means, I'm gonna try my best to provide everything that you need. But if you're a female and you can
does that
provide,
mean that you would change yourself or any of your core values to appease her?
no, I wouldn't share my core values because that's the reason why she liked me in the first place, because of the values that I displayed. Doesn't mean I will stay the same. No, I would improve to make her much happier if she is not as happy as she seems to be. You know, I would try to cover stuff that needs to
What
be
are
covered.
you willing to compromise on to make her happy?
That's a very tricky question. That's a very
Yes, you're digging yourself in a hole there because
Yeah, you dig
once you
yourself in a
start to
hole. I
compromise, you would
I
compromise
don't.
your happiness now for someone else. But to go back to a point that Curlew made, right, about the qualities, I'm gonna give you guys a scenario. The females, and I want to hear your feedback. So you list 5 qualities, right? But let's put it in the workplace. You have a boss. Majority of people don't like their boss, right? He doesn't. He might have a couple qualities that you say, yes, that's a good boss, and but him fall short somewhere. So the boss would give you a command. Would you itch to make that command? Would you question his command, or will you mumble and still do it?
That is a completely different scenario. My work life and my personal life
No,
are two
no,
different
no,
No,
things.
that's the
no,
same.
no.
That's a,
It's
No,
not.
no, no, no,
It's
as
no.
not
far
If
different.
I am
as
at
It's
work
not
society
and I
is.
different.
need
Wait,
to
wait,
be
wait,
paid,
wait,
All right,
wait,
hold
wait,
on.
wait,
What?
wait.
hold
Because hold on. No, push
hold
pause.
on.
Let me ask you something, and this is something we need to get clear. Because you are being financially compensated for your submission, that makes it okay for the person to give you orders and expect you to be completely submissive and carry out their instructions, correct?
Answer
In
Curlew.
a work setting,
In a
okay.
financial settings.
What am I going to do if it's in a work setting where this person is my boss and I just need to be at work? Relationships are not like that, and I really do not like that comparison because I don't have listen, I don't have to be in a relationship with you. Do I need to work in order to survive? Yes, I do. I
Do
can't buy
you?
groceries
But do you
or
need? Do you need a
pay
relationship
rent.
in overall?
No, a relationship is not something that I need. Hence, there are certain behaviors that I'm not going to stick to just because you feel like you are the authoritative figure in the relationship. So that comparison doesn't go well with me. I don't have to
And
be in this
Ah,
relationship,
I
right?
you
And
see
see.
if
that
I
you're not
that's
see.
when would have
financially, if you're not, even if you're not financially, I all right. So bring back to the point where Vaughn says that if the person is bringing value, the female is bringing value to the relationship, then he will do what he needs to do in order to make her happy because she's bringing value to make him happy. A
Mhm.
relationship is not a mandatory, you have to stick in this just because situation. You find your cup of tea. If in my personal life I want a partner who respects my opinion and hear me out or allows me to be the person that I want, that I am generally, and they meet my 5 or 4 situations and I bring value to them, then okay. We don't have to be together if we're not each other's cup of tea.
All right. And what I said was, in that situation, you said if it's not your cup of tea, you're going to move on, correct?
Correct?
And it's the same thing for your job, right?
Right.
Correct.
I'm not saying that I'm going to stay in a shitty situation. Let's revert. I do HR, right? So I'm one of those persons where if I'm in a shitty,
Yeah,
can I say shitty? Or if I'm in
you're
a
you're
bad
you're
situation,
you're
if I'm in
you're
a bad
you are the
work,
definition of a evil black woman.
why? Because I'm in HR.
HR. Yep,
I'm not
literally.
literally. I'm not saying that if I'm in a terrible work situation, I'm going to sit in that work situation just because I'm financially compensated. There are many different work options
Yeah.
to do,
And the
which is
reason why I
correct.
made that comparison is because there is no shortage of women who will stay in a shitty relationship because of financial situation as well. If they are being financially well compensated, there's hardly any woman who wouldn't stay in that relationship as long as the finances are right.
Which is why brings me back to my point. You're a cup of tea. I don't need to be financially compensated in a relationship for my survival. So I am not going to stay in a shitty situation, in a
Hmm.
shitty relationship just because I'm financially compensated. I'm not going to stay in a horrible job just because I'm financially compensated either.
Hmm.
You
So
don't
it
sound submissive.
really
I don't believe.
depends.
I don't
It
believe that.
really depends. You don't believe what, Ron?
I don't believe that because a lot of us work jobs that we don't like, but because it pays the price of the lifestyle, we still do it. I do
A lot
it.
of us don't work jobs that we don't like for different reasons. I don't like working my job because I don't want to work for people and not because my boss is a shitty boss. My boss is a very nice boss. I have no problem with my boss. So people don't like their jobs for
Is your
different
boss a
reasons.
male or female?
He's a male
Does he have
and we
all the
get
five
along quite
qualities that
well.
you asked for?
Why would
No,
I
but
know if my
no.
boss
Remember,
has all the
that's
five? That's
that not
that's
have anything to
No,
personal
do with each
partner
other.
no,
preference.
as
That
no.
That
has
is
Hold
nothing
on.
to do
totally
with
different
anything.
All,
from your
That's
boss.
all
total
female figures
exactly.
have
No, you're the
those qualities.
conflict things. No, you're the
Y'all,
No,
conflict.
y'all making it look like, oh, you're having a relationship with your boss, like you fucking your
No,
boss
you're
or
not.
something like that.
no,
That's
that's
how y'all
different.
Oh,
comparing
That's
it.
different. That's
That is
different.
totally
That's different.
different
You're
from your
taking
job.
shots fired. Shots fired.
no, fam.
Cause that don't
Like
make any sense. Cause if it was your job and it was like a female working, you'd be like, oh yeah,
All
you're
right.
gonna be submissive to your
All right.
boss
Let
and
me show you
your woman at home.
where I made the where I was made the comparison, which I don't agree with the comparison that he just made. Definitely cross the line there. That no make no
no, that not
problem.
cross
That
the
don't make,
line, fam.
no, you cross the line. That completely conflict two totally different conversation. The reason why I brought up the workspace environment was is to determine the price of her submission. That was to determine it. You trying to say no, if her boss fulfill her qualities that she would find in a relationship. No, that they conflict the two things. No, that's
No,
totally different.
no, like what the point I was trying to make,
You
Zine.
literally ask her she would fuck her boss. That not appropriate.
Literally what he asked.
No, that's not what I
Exactly.
was trying to
I
do. So you
understand.
guys didn't let me finish my point. My
No, you
point
stop
was,
watching porn, yo. Like it doesn't work like
yo,
that.
porn girls are very
Oh,
submissive, dude.
that's
But what I was trying to say is like qualities based on relationship, friendship, or what? Because you don't have to be in a emotional relationship to be submissive. We all have friends in our friend groups that there's the leader. Every group has a leader. There's a group of five where all five are leaders. You might be leaders for your individual group, but when that group comes together, everybody turn head and look to that one person for the final decision. Am I wrong or am I right?
no, but we want to know the feeling
But
is
that's what I'm trying to say is, so why would you be you have a friendship where yes, that person does not have all the qualities to be someone to be submissive, but he's the leader, so you're giving to it. They say, okay, we want to go down the river, we want to go to the beach, you want to go to the river. The leader of the group said, no, we're going to the beach. And I said, okay, let's go. It's same thing with a relationship. You can give your points, you can put in your opinion, but at the end of the day, you have to submit.
That's a good point. It comes back to the question I asked about the rice earlier, where Curly, you said you whatever you like, you should make sure that you get it at least. You said sometime, but I know you mean all the time, right? But what if you like whatever something you like, he doesn't see is it fit for you. He thinks it's not good for you, but you indulge in it and you want it more. And he tells you, yo, it's not good for you. And you say you're a strong opinionated person, you want whatever you say, right? How will you solve something like that in a relationship when you guys have two completely opposite um options that you guys decide on making? How would that work if you aren't 100% submissive?
So see, I'm strong-minded, but I'm not unreasonable. And the approach is, which is why I said again, you're a cup of tea. The approach to that situation is very important to my reaction. So if you're going to come to me and say, XYZ is not good for you, you need to stop immediately, or you need to stop, whatever, right? Versus coming to me and say, I notice that you're indulging in XYZ. I think that this is not good for you because, right? Those are two different approaches. One approach is going to get a completely different reaction from me than the other approach, which is why you have to know your partner when you're in a relationship. Regardless of who's submissive, who is alpha, whatever, at the end of the day, you do need to know your partner within a relationship. And being the alpha, being dominant, being in control comes in different forms, right? You don't have to be forceful about it in order to be dominant or be in control, right? My partner knows
No,
how
no,
to
no, no. Wait. Hold on, ma'am. Like, make we hear what Neil was about to say.
Um, I want to comment on what Vaughn had to say about the whole thing about the submissive thing.
Wait,
But
it's different. It's different from what she was about the saying a while ago.
um, it's kind of in the same route, you can say. But that part about like going off of what the guy had to say, like with his, okay, I guess answer or whatnot. I just feel like you're just turning the person to just be like you. Like, for instance, if we're opposite, if we like opposite things, why are you forcing me to like whatever you like to just be just like you so it can just like be better for
Oh,
you? Because that's how
okay.
it's
So
looking. It's
I
like
think,
if
I
I
think,
have
I
my
think,
opinion, huh?
yeah, I think in that case, then that's just an unreasonable person who is just domineering, where they just always want to be in control, and their opinion is it's just their way or the highway, right?
Yeah, it's like if I said, okay, I like cookies and cream, and he's like, oh, I feel like vanilla is best because I eat vanilla and it should be in the house. And I'm like, well, I don't like vanilla. I guess
It's
you tell me to
funny.
go on
It's
with vanilla.
funny though. It's funny though, because those situations, I don't really find it, when I really think about it from my personal perspective and experience. Not saying that it's absolute, all right, but from what I've seen, that type of behavior is usually depicted by a female and not males. What the guys would say about that? People who try to force their decision or opinion on others.
Yeah.
Is that usually a man who does that, or is that usually something that a woman would try
No,
to do?
and females, like for example, if I'm in a relationship with a female and she wants something, and I say, yo, babes, no, she's gonna try to get persuade me using sex most of the times. And then when you have sex with the female and you guys in bed chilling, she's gonna be like, okay, babe, so can I get it now? And most times you just having sex. Most guys, not me, some other guys will submit and say, okay, no problem, I get it for you. A lot of females love to manipulate guys using their weaknesses, for
I
And
feel like
you
it goes
guys
both ways.
say it.
It goes
Okay.
both ways. Because if a guy wants something like a
Okay.
PS5, of course he's gonna be fucking an older a lady or somebody that he really like that have a lot of money and be like, hey, are you gonna still give me that PS5 or that Jordans that just came out? It's the same way. Like guys do the
Yeah.
same thing. We're
Whoa,
not.
whoa.
It's like the way how y'all
oh
talking.
no.
Y'all talking like in a like a
No, I
small
think
group of men. Y'all
no,
not talking
I
for everybody in the whole
no, no,
world.
no.
That
Wait,
is
wait,
like
wait,
that type
wait.
of
I remember now what I said. I didn't say about persuading. I said trying to impose their wishes on the other, not persuasion, imposing it.
So how
Saying
is
this is
Vaughn
what I
trying?
want to do, and
I'm not.
that's it.
I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about what Vaughn just put out. Like he just said, okay, we use sex to
Yeah. Well,
get our way,
that's why
but
I'm trying to correct the whole situation. Like what he said is different from what I'm talking about. That's
yeah,
persuasion. That's not imposing their belief.
because I'm like, you can't just put everything on a
No,
woman. Like
yeah, because
it
like
goes both
everybody
ways. A lot of
persuades.
topic goes both ways.
Everybody persuades, right? Like the guy is gonna persuade you to get what he wants. You're gonna try to it's that's just persuasion. That's fine. You know, like we're not. That's not the topic of the conversation. I don't think we should go too far away from it, which is, should the woman have submit or not? Something that I was gonna mention is that I'm 34, going on to 35, and I'm
Oh,
gonna
nothing
say
old.
something that I'm gonna say
Married.
something that that these two young men will disagree with me about. However, this is this is the conclusion that I've come to after these many years of experience. And it's the reason why you young ladies feel so passionate about a topic like this is because of, I would say, boys, but in this case it would sound disrespectful and rude, so I would say because of young men like these. And I my genuine opinion, looking back at my life, young men before the age of 30 should not even entertain a female. They should be focused on making something of themselves and not trying to get sex, because that is where the complication starts right there. You don't bring anything of any true value to a woman's life, no matter how young or how old she be. You don't have any value to the world. It's just inherently the disadvantage as a man. Men are born without value. We have to make our value. Unlike women, women are born with what society inherently values them for, either their beauty or their womb. For a man, it's very different. Dick is dirt. We generate trillions of sperm per day for a reason. There's no value in it like that. You have to go out and make your own value. When you pick up somebody's daughter at 22-year-old, both of you are 22, it's stupid, it's retarded, and our society made a mistake when we started eliminating age gap dating. I believe men over 30, that's when a man supposed to start looking back now at women somewhere in her early 20s or thereabout to really find a partner like that. Now, automatically, a woman wouldn't have a problem submitting to a man because he has so much experience and he has proven himself through discipline and mentorship that he is capable of being a man. By that time, he would have focused on making something of himself, and he would have something tangible to bring to that young lady's life, something to persuade her, or to, maybe not persuade would be the term, something that would compel her to put herself in a submissive situation. This is a capable man that stands before me, and there is no question about it. So now I can just be in my feminine and allow him to lead, so that I don't have to be this masculine ass bitch. No woman really wants to do that. So that's what I believe. I think women are actually being put in an unfair situation where society deemed it that we wanted to eliminate the age gap and started pairing men and women by age groups, and it shouldn't have been like that. It should be the most
I
capable men
strongly,
get to choose from the pool of women.
No, I strongly and super like go at gym strongly disagree with that term.
Go
To be
ahead.
a man, to be a man, you definitely have to have experience with woman. To gain certain values, you have to experience time with a woman.
And do you
Imagine,
believe, no, hold on.
wait, let me find.
Do you believe that you are running out of time the way a woman is running out of time?
Listen to me. Let me make my point
Do
first, and then
you
I can say.
believe, because the main core of the philosophy behind the idea, is that right now all you're doing is wasting a woman's time
No, hold on, no,
in
no.
your
I mean,
20s.
I gave you your time to explore
No, go ahead.
vocal diarrhea, so I'm gonna give my point on that.
All
See,
right. No, yes. See,
so
now we're
like,
being outwardly disrespectful, eh?
yes, very, cause that was very disrespecting, and you're gonna find a generation where everything just stuck. Cause if you're gonna say a man has to wait till he's 30 to experience or bring value to a woman,
Mm-hmm.
that's rubbish,
Okay.
right? Back in days, from a touch 15-year man, the only reason is because you had a tribe of previous men. That is what is lacking from our generation. Our
Okay.
generation is going backwards. And it depending on where you're from. If you're from, well, it's based on your race. Because as a black man, your father is either missing or in jail. So you don't have
Whoa, whoa.
that
Don't
leadership.
do that. Don't do that. Don't do
Wait.
that.
Majority of the father figures who said certain values are they're missing. See? So a man shouldn't have to wait till he's 30 to experience a woman. Because based on my young age of 26, I might not have certain values to fulfill it, but this is a building process, right? So it's gonna take us some time to figure stuff out. For 30 years without a woman, your hand make go more smooth. See? But what I'm trying to say is it takes a woman to build value in a man.
It takes
All
a what?
everything. It takes a woman, listen to me now, to build value in a man, right? It depends on the woman once again. Depends on what type of woman that pique your interest. Because as me, as Vaughn, as you, all our decision, I'm not sure about you because based on point you just make kind of shaky. Me and Vaughn, all our decision on everything that we do is because of a woman.
True, because of previous experience with females. The female that I'm with now, what she's
Right?
experienced because of what I've experienced with females in the past. And I know that, how to please a female, versus what not to do versus what to do. So that experience that
So,
you get. Hold on, Mario. So you
no,
said
go
you should
ahead.
wait after you reach 30 to take a female serious. But if you have no experience at all to a female, with a female in the previous years, what are you going to give to her? What are you going to
How
do?
would you know to treat
So,
a woman if you haven't been with a woman?
so hold on. I have a question. I have a question. I have two questions actually. The first one is what values or what are the values do you guys think in your current state that you bring to a relationship or you can give to a woman?
I like
That's
this young
one,
lady.
right? And the second question that I have is in your current state right now, do you expect your girlfriend, because none of you are married, do you expect your girlfriend right now to be in a completely 100% submissive situation or submissive girlfriend or whatever? Those
All
are my
right.
two questions I have for both of you.
All right. So look, I'm 22 years old. I'm still in college. I have no degree. I have a job, but it's not a career dwelling job, right? You could say the military career dwelling job if you want to put it like that. But on the other side, I have a civilian job, right? It is nothing I see myself doing for the next 30 to 40 years per se. Um, but what I do is I have a plan. I have a future ahead. I have a very bright future. And the way how I design my future to go It might not go 100% smooth, but it will. If it should go the way I want it to go, it will go into a good direction, right? Females my age, on the other hand, most females don't have that, right? Are you saying if I expect my girl to be 100% submissive to me? No. Right now, with that, what I have on the table, I don't expect no female to be 100% submissive, because I believe up until this day, if the female sees something greener on the next part, she will jump. You know, it don't matter how much she love you, it don't matter what you have done. When times get hard, females are easy to break. You know, do I trust and hope? I do, but I still leave the door of opportunity open just in case it happens, that I don't leave myself. What's the word? Stranded, where I think, oh, I'm heartbroken, I'm devastated, I don't want to talk to no more females. No, that doesn't happen to me, because I'm always open to that happening, because things in life and people change. So I don't have a career where I'm gonna say, yo, I can take care of you to the rest of your life. I don't have that now. But I can provide it maybe 2 years down the road, maybe 3 years down the road. I can give that to you. But you have to be willing to wait. You know, females these days aren't patient. Females in my generation aren't patient. And my career is, you have to be patient for it to work. And if shit get crazy, I don't think a female would wait, you know, but some will. Some will.
Hey, Nell, what's
All
your
right.
opinion on what I just
Hold
said?
on.
Um,
Submit my partner.
I'm
No, you already got the chance to talk, Nell.
No, them ask the
No,
question.
he hasn't answered my question
oh
yet.
yeah, he can go.
My 2 questions yet, actually.
She asked two
Oh,
questions. What values do I have?
okay, yeah. Go
With
ahead.
my
Yeah, you're right. Nell,
all right.
just pick up in.
So for the second question, he asks if my current girlfriend, if I expect her to be submissive. 100%. I am the head of state, right?
Mhm.
The values. Just to touch on what Vaughn said. Based on his reasoning, he used financial status as a value. And
Mhm.
as a man, that should not be a value that should deter a woman.
But
Mhm.
Why?
Wait.
Hold on, bro. But
No,
just
listen.
No, let
She
him finish.
asked it.
I'm actually
Yeah,
interested in the
let him
other
finish.
values
Let
that
him
you listed
finish.
to him.
Right. You listed financial gains or something as a value. That is not a value to me. Because if you are saying that you don't have a career right now, are you saying that because you don't have money, she shouldn't be with you? No. As a value, I should think you should replace that with ambition. I have ambition. I have a goal. With the ambition subcategory, I have goals and I have a plan. Right? So I don't have financial, I'm not financially stable, but I have a plan. I am ambitious. That's a value. I am a
no,
What
lover.
is your plan?
hold on,
Mario, no me talk about that.
hold
But
on,
see,
You're a what?
hold on, Philly.
Continue
but
on
make
to
me
value.
values
No,
Let
them.
me
I'm
finish his
asking
values.
the thing is, I'm challenging the argument, because what I don't think they realize is this. What you're asking them, what you're asking the women to do is judge you based on your potential then, right?
And not your
That is it.
actual. You're expecting
That
her to
is it.
be submissive based on your
Your
potential, but not
potential.
your actual.
The thing is,
No,
now, we're not talking
then
about
no.
choosing you. We're talking
Right.
about submitting to you based on your potential, what you
So
could
what you are trying
possibly
to
be.
say? So what you are trying to say?
Who
A
said I?
woman cannot be submissive to a poor man,
No, what we're trying to say is
right?
if you do not
No,
provide
actually,
your
actually, no. No, actually, no. No, she not supposed to have ambition. Go and go find
That's
one.
the point that I made.
No.
No,
She
no,
have
not being poor
ambition.
doesn't mean you
Go
don't
and
have
go find
ambition.
one righted man.
Are you rich?
So because I'm not there yet, and me not there, she will just get
No,
about man who make it
that's
already.
why
That's
we
why
tell you say no man.
This is why
When
I
you're
said
rich
to
but
enough,
you.
some of them
Y'all
girl
just
get
Listen,
said
crack, you know.
as a
this is
man,
why I
y'all the
said
head of the
you
household,
remember
right?
no,
you
hold
remember
on,
when
hold on,
I said
guys,
to
hold
you
on,
you
hold
are
on,
going to disagree with what
hold
I'm
on.
saying.
Mario,
But this is
what?
coming from a place of wisdom of
Hold
at
on,
No,
least
fam,
10
that's
years
being
hold on.
ahead of
naive.
you.
You're being
So
And
naive.
10
Mario,
years
what?
time you will
Look,
agree with me.
what I'm interpreting from what you're trying to say is this: that if I find a decent female, correct, I should just drop my fucking plans and make your life perfect.
Repeat that?
That's yeah, that's what you're trying to say. So like if I find a
What?
female,
How
correct?
you
That's
interpret?
not what he's
Wait,
trying
who
to
else?
No,
say.
Who
that's
else
not
He's
what we're
interpreted
trying
trying
to
that?
to
say,
say.
no,
Yeah,
he's
Who
trying
else
to
We're
interpreted
saying,
it
say,
like
we're
that?
listen,
saying like
get
in your
him.
current situation, right?
Nora, you're creating gold diggers, my G. So
In
you're
your
creating gold
Yeah,
diggers.
Listen,
Go ahead, Nell. Go ahead.
in your current
listen.
situation,
I don't
are
like
you
that.
able to like tell me like in your current position, are you able to provide for a female? Are you able to be quote unquote a head of a household?
Yes,
Are
I'm
you
22.
able
I'm 22. Provide for yourself. Then I
But
can
then
Okay,
why are
Why
you
you
so
say you want
expecting
the
her
wife
to be
to be submit?
submissive
You
to
know what?
you? Why are
no,
you
you
Right, you
expecting
see,
her to
no,
be
but like, no,
submissive to
no,
no.
you?
guys,
Hold
guys,
on, hold on,
what me and
hold on.
hold on, Van. No, you have to stop a tongue. They not touch me now. See, you guys are still portraying financial gain as a value. That's why when a man has money, he
no,
expects
Yo,
submission from you.
no,
Right?
it is a value. It
Wait,
is not the only value,
no,
but it
no,
is
that,
a
that
value.
but
financial gain should
but
never be.
but Fini,
If that was a Mario, none
no,
of our parents not born rich, none of our parents that is
but
probably still not rich.
no, Fidini. But look at it. Let's use our
We're
family
not
as an
talking
example.
about rich Dini.
Yo, look, let's use our family as an example, right? Our grandfather,
One.
he was a mason man. He could build house, right? Our
Yeah,
grandmother, to work, she sell groceries at the supermarket, at the
market.
market whenever she have time. But her sole responsibility at home was to make sure that the kids were fed and the house was well taken care of. Correct?
Amen.
Right? So what you're trying to say is this, and she was 100% submissive to him because he was providing all those stuff. I'm not saying I can't provide those stuff. I'm saying that for me to be able at that level, you have to be patient. I don't have a career. He has a career. He's a
Exact, which is the reason why you should lead by being patient first
but females don't
and
like.
wait until you have cultivated yourself into someone that
So,
makes sense.
so I should back my fist.
No.
I should back my fist until I'm 2 years.
What he's
No, you
It's
see, the
not
saying
thing
is
is,
that. It's
you
just
don't
see, the
be
thing
so
is,
demanding. What he's saying is don't be so demanding with your requirements at a stage in your life where you cannot back it.
yeah.
That is
Yo.
what he's saying. This
That's that's
I don't even know how to pronounce. Could you pronounce it?
that's
What is your
that's
name? Fin
that's bush,
Finnegan.
bush
what?
boss. That's
It's Finnegan.
Finnegan, right?
Yeah.
Finnegan is very demanding with his needs. You need to be 100% submissive to me at this moment, even though what I am bringing to you is potential.
But what and the crazy thing is like
Okay. I'm
for
gonna
You
make
shouldn't.
the female part is like we're asking the same thing, so why it can't go both ways?
like
Why can't you be patient? Why can't I be submissive when you
because
bring the values that I need
no,
to bring? And
wait,
I
wait.
listen. I
Curly,
don't think that
Curly,
values is
Curly,
100% financial. I agree with Finnegan there
Curly.
because
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
but
yes,
I
yes,
believe we're
yes,
all
yes,
on the
Vaughn,
same
yes,
term where
Vaughn.
that is concerned.
True.
Make no mistake, I am not saying that your only value is financial. That would be a
It's
lie.
not a value, fam. It's not a
No,
value.
but
It's
It
not
it's
a
a
is.
value for
part.
you.
It plays a big role in the relationship. It plays a
You
very
are naive if you think it
listen,
doesn't matter.
it plays a
No, that's the
very big
point that we are trying to make. People
security.
who think that because of financial gain you are happier and everything goes well. That is rubbish.
No,
No,
but we're
no,
not saying that.
I say
No,
that.
you're
Saying,
trying to say that I should not date until I can financially stabilize a woman.
No,
until
he's
you
see,
are
trying to
until
say
you
that
are
you
a
should not.
viable partner.
Exactly. He's saying that
No,
And whether you like it or not, finances is a significant component of being a
it's a
viable
component, but it's
partner
not a
as a
value.
male. Okay, okay. Let me ask you
Finnegan.
something, Dean. Let me ask you something Finnegan.
You have
Zin?
attributes and you have value. Money would have come
Fine,
in like
sir.
attribute.
Hold on.
Ambition
Oh,
is a value.
fine. And I'm saying this.
ambition can't pay
What
mortgage.
is the purpose? What is the purpose of sex?
Enjoyment,
No.
reproduction,
What don't we have perverted it? What is the purpose of sex?
reproduction.
It is the purpose of reproduction. During the
Yeah,
time that woman is pregnant and possibly because it happens very often where she is decommissioned during that time when she is pregnant and also many months post pregnancy. How can she contribute to the provisions of the family?
Hold on now. You
You
see
want
now
to hear
you.
this? Yeah.
Yeah, me have argument in there. See, first thing I make, you put me in a scenario now that I would never put myself in.
So what do you mean? You wouldn't get a
You are
woman
saying
pregnant?
no. You're saying that when the woman is decommissioned, not able to work, not able to move around, what options are there?
Because of what?
You'll ask me because I already say
Why is she decommissioned?
because she a breed, she a pitney.
Okay, all right. We're on the
Yeah,
same page. So, what do you propose during that time while you have gotten this woman pregnant and you have not yet figured out your life and you don't know what you want to do with
that's
yourself or
man,
anything?
that's why I'm a fist and that's why I'm a weird condom. I'm not
So,
going to breed someone
So
that
wait,
when I'm not
so you
financially
agree with
stable.
me then?
earlier
Yes,
he
but hold on
So
up.
you agree with me? That's
I
fine.
agree you with that. Say, what I will not bring a child in this world if I am not able to contribute something financially. Zin, but what I'm saying is financial status should not be a factor that you should not be submissive. That's what I'm trying to say.
That's true. What he's trying to say is
Well,
this: his finances shouldn't really affect the point.
but the
How
If I
much?
thing
am
is,
if
the
I am able
issue.
to listen,
No,
no, cause
hold on. The
babe,
thing. No,
this
hey,
what you know.
wait.
Hold
Let
on,
me,
no,
me,
no,
me
we
go.
have to fight. You know,
I
we
I
lose my
am going
point
to
every
me just
time.
go clarify something for you because I think this is where you and I are having the miscommunication. See,
Yeah,
I am not saying that it's only money. Remember that. Fine. There are other attributes. What I am pointing out to you is this: when you are a whole man,
yeah,
money is no longer your problem. It sorts itself out.
right.
You don't have to
And
worry
what?
about money anymore. For example, if I lose my job, I have cultivated myself into a position where I have so much other things going on. It not gonna really matter that much because
But
now
that
have
wouldn't be
other
anything that
things.
affect you being
Hold on, no.
an
Hold on,
alpha.
no. I have other things going on that would supplement that income. I probably wouldn't feel the loss of that money from that job.
No,
However,
no,
that
different. It's
no,
realm, man.
hold on, no. You hear me I say? It took time for me to cultivate myself into that man to be in that position. And
Okay.
that time is where I believe your as a man, your 20s are designed for. Your 20s are made for that.
And
Cultivating
I
yourself
agree with that.
into a self-sufficient man. When you become a self-sufficient man, at that point now, you start looking for a female partner. As a matter of fact, I don't even like using the term
Mm,
partner because, like we said, it's non-negotiable. You
So let me
come
ask,
into this
let me ask,
submitted to me.
puffed
So
up
it's
nice man.
non-negotiable.
Fine. Man,
hold on.
fine
Let me
after
ask
this.
a question, please.
Yeah, go
So
ahead.
to wait until fully capable to provide and do all those stuff before I believe a female should be submissive to me, correct? And you're saying at the age of approximately 30 and above, right? Let me share this.
Roughly.
Let me
Roughly. Remember, it is not set in stone. Some men can mature faster than others. Some men may mature slower than others. For some men, would I probably put you at 40.
All right, so let me ask a question. I'm gonna share my screen real quick and use a female that we all know as an example.
Around prostitute?
No, it's
Porn star?
submissive.
Well, I never see fear sex tape. I would want to see.
Oh no, leave Portia out of this, please.
Me now
So,
go see for sex
Puff,
tape,
me
you
so
no
know.
know now. Me lose my point, Puff.
hold on, hold on. So Miss Portia Simpson Miller, she joined politics at a very early age in her career.
All
She
right.
was before she was even 30, she became a leader of, let's say, like Ministry of Education, Ministry of Finance, whatever ministry she was in charge of, right? So
Fine.
she was given a leadership role, correct? So keep in mind now, she's 30 years old, let's say per se, and I'm 30 years old, or she's 25-year old, and I'm 30 years old, and she's in a leadership position at her work, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you expect someone like this should be submissive to me if she's in charge of more
And
people?
that's a simple answer. Why she?
Because she me like,
Then go
she.
find somebody who you can afford.
But
No,
what if
you see, no, Mario, Mario, you're thinking like a city girl, and I'm gonna change your name to City Girls in my phone
That's fine.
because you're
No,
at
you see, the funny thing
no,
about
no,
this
no, 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 no,
conversation
no, no,
right now,
no,
is
right
that
now.
you see that the
You
fact that
interrupt me
you're
too much.
resorting to insults, this is
Yes,
exactly
cause it
like
hurt
what
me.
Kevin Samuels used to talk about the exact same thing here. When
Yo,
you resort to insults, you are losing the conversation.
yo,
You're losing the argument.
no, because you know my point.
No, that's a bitch move, yo. And I have no
Very
respect for you
bitchy,
for do that.
very
No,
bitchy.
but
You're moving.
then
Yeah,
then you're
cause
right now these women are listening to you and you to prove them point. You're not ready for nothing
yo,
yet.
no, you know, get the point to me, bro. Is it me? Because you're cool, calm, and collective doesn't mean anything. It means that I'm more passionate. And I'm talk about it. Zine.
No, it,
So can I talk about it now? Because seeing, remember say you are at an age where you can what the term did he use?
um
Mar- Mario, what the term you use? Because you're at an age now, if you lose a job, you can self-sustain, right? I am
Self-sufficient.
at an age right now where I only have potential. I'm gonna make some examples now. I'm gonna
And you
call
know
some
what?
names.
You know what can
Well, I
also
don't know
happen?
what I know.
You can remain at of only having potential until you're 50. You would not
Right,
be the
but what
first
you
nor the
know,
last.
Mario. Right now, you see thing now, with potential, you don't know where it might go. Yes, it might not go nowhere. But if you have
It
the
might go
right,
down.
that's what I just said. It might not go nowhere, but
No,
it
but
might go
nowhere is
somewhere.
zero. But we're talking
But
about
look at no, no,
negative.
look at LeBron James.
what he's trying to say is this, Mario,
Well, I
right?
know, let me
Okay,
chat.
come on, bro, get to the point. Yo,
Yeah,
you said
what
that
I'm
get to
trying
the
to say is, right? Females nowadays they want a finished product. They are not willing to build. Based on Mario, Mario is trying to say you have to build yourself before you can entertain a woman.
but
LeBron James, he was top nice. When
That's
LeBron James
Mr.
was
Mario to
18,
you, sir.
when no, I've already talk to city girls, okay? So when LeBron James was 17, he was already dating. When D Wade was 23, he had a kid. He was not making any money because he was in college, and NCA didn't allow him to make any money outside of college, right?
Fairy tale thing at the bottom, my
So
friend.
well, I don't know, why did they marry so young? Why did they have a relationship so young? Because if they had potential of making it, right? Their female saw their potential and say, yes, I'm gonna. That's their man. They're gonna stick by
Mm-hmm.
their man. They never say, yo, I'm gonna
Mm-hmm.
go down to the beach and we're gonna find a ready-made man. They say, no, I see potential in that man, and I'm going to follow that man.
but
Um,
the end,
Probably those girls at those before they enter the NBA, before they sign their first contract, were making more money than the players themselves. Because of contracts they couldn't work. But what they
yeah.
saw the
Mm-hmm.
potential. They saw them see the money, them say, boy, you know what say, me seeing dreams and can be the best player. As someone want my girl now, we go say, whoa, this is a
Oh,
this is a
okay.
king.
No,
okay,
We can see
okay.
we can see your
no,
potential.
Okay,
We can see
okay. Me
your
get what you're saying
ambition,
now.
and
hold
I'm
on,
going to
hold on,
stick by her,
hold
by
on, hold
him.
on, hold on,
Me,
hold on.
me hear
But
what
at
you're
the
saying.
end of the day, you don't know how demanding LeBron was to his
His
woman.
girl.
You don't
You
know.
think
You
you got
can't say what.
qualities?
You are not in the relationship, so you can't say what. So
You
saying what is
We
a
there you
just
go.
looking
stupid
from the
answer.
Can be
outside.
heavyweight.
Our point that we're trying to get across to you, Finnegan, is that you cannot be so demanding when at this point of your life you're not going to be able to provide all the values that the woman and the values don't necessarily mean just financial. All the
That
values
you're
that
calling
she
my youth in the north, you
requires,
see?
all the values
No,
that she
if you minus
requires,
the if you
all
And
minus
the
you see the
values
the
that
person
she
not
financial,
talk about
requires.
nothing about
If
unless and
you
talk
can,
about
could you
other values.
relax?
Talk
If
about
you
other values.
cannot provide
what are the
the
other values?
values that she considers values, then you cannot be so demanding of her submissiveness. That is
And
And
what
what we're
she's
trying
and
to
what
get
she's
across
saying is
to.
right?
fear. What she's saying is fear because even you as a man, a woman can't tell you how to judge her. A woman can't tell you what to value in her when you decide who you want to be your wife or whatever. No woman
And
can tell me say, hey, well, me no, all right, me like skinny women. You well, I'm very intelligent and I have a degree. Bitch, I don't care. You are not skinny. You are not pretty. I don't want to know you.
Amen.
Listen, me,
let's put it like
I
and
just
this
saw
and
my thing
another thing
set.
is
I'm
that
just cocky and arrogant like that
and
because me
another
know say I can get what I want in exchange for what I bring to the table.
so
and
what
another thing. Sorry.
oh, you can
Want
go.
to hear everybody?
I was
What
saying, and another thing too is that you cannot determine what another person values. You're saying that financial is not a value, and that is your opinion, and that is how you see it. But if you're in a relationship with a woman who thinks that financial is a value, you can't sit down and say, "Oh, you're not going to provide that value because you don't think that that is not a value." You're a cup of tea. Why are you with that? Why are you even in that woman's lane? If she values financial, you don't value financial, so you're not going to provide it.
Mhm.
Yet you expect her to be submissive.
And
How
not
does that
only
make
that,
sense?
I can add
I don't
another thing to that.
I don't
If
that
she becomes a gold digger for doing it, then let her die alone if nobody doesn't want her. If that's her requirements and they are unreasonable
To
and
you,
nobody can meet it, leave her and let her gather dust over there. She's not obligated to entertain you and your potential.
and your demand.
Your
So yeah,
potential.
So look,
go ahead, Nell.
Nell,
what
Nell,
if
you're too quiet.
well, I was trying to talk a couple times, but I let y'all talk. Anyways, right? Let's put it in this scenario, right? You're a man that has everything, on his feet or whatever, and he pick up a female where basically is a Yamed, okay? That don't have nothing going on for ourselves. Just
please
everyone,
is
huh?
for please explain what a Yamed is for viewers who are not Jamaican. So okay, please.
Yamed is like um a,
Translated to American.
a girl that
304.
a girl that don't like have nothing going on for herself. That is just
The void of ambition, maybe.
yeah, don't have any ambition, right?
And she
And
makes stupid decisions. That's all.
yeah, and the guy that is on his feet and stable pick up this lady because she looks beautiful and he feel like, oh yeah, when he walks out in the street with her, it will make them look good, right? But her values and how she carry herself is like really trash. How can you put that in a good way of she's supposed to be submissive to him or live off his values if she doesn't have any values?
I think you got confused at the end right there.
It's
The
like
way you
it's like
bring it
a
to that part.
puppet. Like, okay, if you pick up a girl with a value, like have ambition, right? And
Mhm.
it's a problem. But if you pick up a girl that is not stable, that doesn't have any ambition, is a perfect fit for a guy that is stable.
Yeah, I no, I think a girl like that is perfect for someone who overvalues their potential.
So you think it's
No,
good
hold on.
for you
Hold
think
on.
it's good for a person to mold each other? Do you think that if you're in a relationship with somebody and I'm lacking something and you know how
Yeah,
to
you can
compensate?
grow. Yeah, you can grow with each other. You
No,
can grow together.
no, you're contradicting yourself. So you're telling me it's okay for a female to get someone who is made when she has not even have she has potential, like what Finnegan would say. But for me as a man to go and look for a female, I should provide everything. I should be
No, that's not how I understand what you
That's
just
not
said.
what I'm trying to say. I'm like, look at
No,
society
you're
right
talking
now.
about like what? For example, let me put it like this then. So you have two incomplete people coming together and trying to make something of each other. Is that what you
Yeah.
mean? So like that would be term of building with each other then. Building together,
but I
right?
thought you said a guy shouldn't talk to a female until he's fully established. No, you're saying they're good to working together. That's what I'm trying to
No, listen. What I remember I said until they are roughly 30. But in reality, yes, that is what I said. But at the same time, remember, this is a woman who has no ambition and doesn't really want anything out of life. So really and truly, all they're gonna do is populate the earth with burden, in my opinion. That's all they gonna do. Two idiots come together, fuck, then just go. Just it's going to be a disaster. But guess what? Freedom. They have free will, and they're entitled to their decision. Go off and do it. Don't expect anybody to bail you out of your situation. What I'm talking about for remember, my perspective is from what will lead to prosperity, what makes sense moving forward for the greater portion of the population. If we add this approach for the majority of people, there will be outliers. Those can be those outliers. Go and go live on a life. Suffer together. That's fine. I don't care. But for the majority of people, this is a formula that will work.
so we need to come to a conclusion here. All right. We need
To
to come
conclude,
to a like
I
a
think we already come to
what
the
is another
conclusion as far
conclusion?
as they
me and
they have agreed.
To
They will
conclude,
submit to a man who is submittable.
that's the conclusion right
There
there.
you go.
To
Don't
conclude,
pick up somebody.
right?
You're not right.
this definitely needs a part two because I'm not
To
Oh my
conclude,
god.
so much
right?
that I want to say, and you know I don't want to make the video too long, So this definitely needs a part two. But go ahead, let me know what you ladies are saying about the conclusion.
To conclude, once you are able to provide the values that she needs or what she considers values, right? Then she will naturally want to submit. It's not something that you're going to have to demand or something that you're going to have to claim just because. It is something that she's going to do because you provide her with the values that she would want from you.
Not only that, you provide a situation. You have created an environment where the woman can just enter it submissively.
Right.
It is like
Because
it
remember,
is
the
when you
other,
have your having your shit together is like the lubricant.
Mm,
It just flows.
This
yep.
nigga, yeah,
Because remember the question, because we have to even go back to the original. Remember, the original question is, should a woman be 100% submissive to
That
her
is what I'm
husband?
sticking to. That is what I'm
And
sticking to.
that is the
That is the
question that we're
reason.
at.
And remember, this is the reason why I have not ventured in where Mr. Finnegan was going, like as to what value should the woman bring on her end, because that's off topic. That's a different topic. Now, when we have a different topic now where we're going to go, okay, what should a woman bring to the table for what she requires as her values from a man? Then that's a one different conversation altogether. But for right now, we stick into the conversation of should she submit, and they have pretty much unanimously said yes, as long as he is a whole man. He creates the situation where yes, you tick the boxes. You, sir, are somebody that can be submitted to. Men who are not, men who have not cultivated themselves to that point should should they should have realistic expectations as
from the
far
woman.
where submission is
Yeah.
concerned.
And also to add to remember that um that situation is relative to everyone. No, everybody doesn't value the exact same thing. So it's just
Yeah.
relative to your relationship and relative to what the woman in that relationship is going to value and what would make her submit.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, 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 okay,
Agreed now?
okay. Hey, Finnegan, you agree or what? What was saying? Like,
Yeah, I definitely agree on the question, the topic of tonight. A woman should definitely be 100% submissive to the woman, but I do have
The
different
what?
opinions. When a
oh,
woman should be 100% submissive to a man, but I do have other opinions on the value structure
So you don't
that you
think it's
guys
a
were saying.
certain kind of man?
Um, like based on how you
So,
were saying it, it
so,
was
so
like
any
it was
man, women should just be submissive to any man.
that cannot be. That cannot
no,
be.
no. I'm not
Because
saying that.
you're a
I'm
man.
saying that
That's what it
based
was.
on the values that you guys are given. Not all guys have those set values, but yes, they still portray
No,
qualities
remember she
that
said that every female has different tick check marks that they're looking for. She was
Mm-hmm.
just
right.
listing five.
I'm not speaking
Listen,
on
what did you
early.
not
I'm
understand,
speaking on what
listen, for some women, for her to feel like you're a man she can submit to, is just being 6'2".
and I get that. And as a 6'4" person, I do understand
Oh,
that. That's
and
why
there
I'm
you go.
trying
So
to say
so
is
watch there. So she would immediately just curl up in your presence. Your
yes,
awesomeness, sir.
and because of that value, she knows that I'm 6'4", so she know that I'm not gonna be short of girls. You see me? But what I'm trying to say is the points that you guys are making in adding that financial status is like is a no for submissiveness. Not because at the
But height
moment,
should be yes, though.
no, height is as they say, everybody have their own values. Because if a girl
You
is
realize
six
they
foot,
don't immediately want disregard the height as a
no, but look
value
at
of
it,
submission,
right?
but you're quick to do the financial should be disqualified.
No, because I am not financially stable right now, so I
Yeah,
can't agree
but
with
you're
that.
6'4". So
I
you're
am
okay with 6'4" being
I'm
And
a
yet he's
submissive.
giant. I'm
traditional.
a
And then
giant.
I think
Why?
that he's also traditional too.
It's
So
tradition.
he's upset with the traditions of the financial part, but he's not upset with the traditions of the submissive part. Or he's
Because
not he also not you said it earlier in the conversation that I wanted to point out is that you're also not um traditional when it comes on to the whole sex situation because you do expect sex as 22 or 26 unmarried, but you are traditional with the submissive
Hey,
situation.
let's not
What
go.
we're trying to say is you need to manage your expectations at the point at which you are in your life.
no,
That is
I
the
don't still don't believe
conclusion
that.
for
So
Finnegan. Because
no,
that
that's
is the
not what I'm
argument
saying.
that he's
Let's save
been
that.
on
No,
this whole situation.
Let's save
because if you guys were like being saying the financial part of it, I wouldn't have been born. I would still be in my father's nutsack somewhere. My father didn't have it. My mother saw the potential. Even
But
when I
that's
was
your
born, my
mother's
parents
value.
did not have it.
Yeah, and
You see
okay,
me?
that's
Majority
okay,
of
and
us,
that's okay. But what
majority
I'm
of us.
saying is,
So
if that's your mother's value, that doesn't mean that that's every girl in the world's value. And if that's
then
not
you're a
their
gold
value, then you
digger.
have to
You're not a
cater.
builder. You're a gold
How
digger.
is
You
that
want things
being a
handled to
gold
you.
digger because you value stability?
Hello?
You value money. You see me? You
No,
get
no, 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 no,
lazy.
no, no.
Hello?
You
No,
need
that's
to stay
lazy.
in your lane,
good. You're
right?
good, bro.
Good?
If you
No,
Okay.
cannot afford the girl, leave her alone. If you
nah,
cannot
that's
provide
bullshit.
the value, if you
Hold on.
cannot provide
Hold
Oh, we
value,
still on this?
leave her alone.
on.
Is
Finnegan.
Nah,
my
you see,
opinion.
because your young females now like to be fed, and it's this whole lottery scamming thing cause it, Because in high school, a man could have buy your KFC and you feel nice, and then
Your
she
sound
steal it
cut
twice,
hurt
and
now,
you buy
brother.
by a
No,
partner.
Dini, you sound
butthurt.
butthurt now, brother. You sound butthurt
Anyways,
now.
concluding thought.
You
Big hurt
sound
with
hurt,
this
man.
because females nowadays expect like a well-established man out of the gate. No, from no go so.
Oh,
So
hold
why
on,
you expect a fully submissive woman then?
bro.
Yeah.
Because that them trait that them born to do.
And you're bound to provide. So what's your point?
Me never
You
say
not
me not go
provide.
provide, but you want me and you then know you want mansion put on they say what me
So
not have
why
that
you
me can't
want the
care about
submission right now? Why
because
can't
that's
I
a
wait
born to
until
do.
you get?
Guys,
Never take
So
You
hold on.
can't
Hold
tell
on.
me
Wait,
that.
wait, 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 wait.
Married.
Let
Alright.
me just
Commands.
interdict one bit. Let me just interdict one bit. Me have one quick question to ask. Zane, one quick question. If a specific woman has that as her metric of requirement, does that mean all women have that same requirement?
Let's keep
Just
that for
answer the question, yes or no?
part two,
No.
guys. Let's keep
Huh?
that for
Is it
part.
no?
No, I would say no.
Okay,
Listen,
so
valid.
no. So okay, so fine. Why not go move on? Go and find another one. There's so many.
Exactly. Your
I
cup
thought the
of
one them you
tea
want.
has been said. Wow.
No, that
No,
me
there is
want.
no the one. There
I
is
see
no
me want.
one. There are
No.
many.
Me tell you now.
You're
This is
operating
my
from a
closing.
Let's
scarcity
pass it to
mindset.
part 2, guys.
You're operating from a position of
Go
scarcity.
work, you know.
Yo, yes, we have.
part 2.
Yo,
Yeah,
listen,
Van needs to go and cultivate himself.
yo, listen, guys. Remember, at the beginning of this video, I
The
said
girlfriend will leave because you're not a made man.
it's a very sensitive and broad topic, and I already knew he wasn't going to be able to cover it in one video, right? Remember, this is a very topic that touches a lot of stuff,
Let us respect the host.
and we wanted to cover it all. But I do think this needs a part 2, because if it's too long, people will lose. People won't watch it that long. But we gotta make it part 2. They see part 1 and they get gravitated towards it. It's a very sensitive topic, and I have a lot of points to bring up also that we don't even touch upon yet, right?
All right.
So we're gonna conclude it right now at this point in time, right? And then we're gonna go ahead and schedule a part 2, maybe this week. No problem. I have time. So the females and Omario has agreed on that. If you are submissive, your female should be submissive to you if you can provide whatever she needs, and you are a well formulated man, then she's gonna naturally be your slave, correct? But
Please watch your terms. Please
Not
watch
no
your
slave.
terms. No.
Take that out. Roll it
Well,
back.
God
Roll it
with
back.
them.
she should
With
not
them.
submissive to you. But me and Finnegan still disagrees on some other point. There's a lot of gray area there, but for sure we will have a part 2. So we're gonna leave it there for now. And I'm gonna go ahead and thank you guys for coming out tonight, and keep energy, because I'm hot. Right, I'm gonna write down my points, because next video about this, I'm coming out steaming hot-headed, because Mr. Allen can't believe that you're picking up for the females, right? And so
How is that picking up for the females?
Switch side, fam.
heavily
It's
making
just fact.
females, it's very biased, and it's
Very biased.
and it's
How
three
is
guys.
it biased?
But anyways,
Because he's financially
All right.
stable.
You remember part 2.
biased.
Part 2. Part
So,
2.
I'm gonna leave for part 2, and part 2 is
Part
gonna be
2.
well hot. So thanks again for watching, guys. It's a very good
And please,
episode,
everybody come with their arsenal prepared,
for sure.
particularly Mr. Finnegan, who can't formulate his arguments.
Okay, Mr. City Girls. You seem butthurt over there as well.
The rivalry going on, guys, that we didn't know. I have no
City
idea.
girl, my friend. City girl.
Anyways, the viewers, you're watching, comment, give us your opinion on what side are you on. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Give us your views. We are looking forward to. We will be reading it, so that we will address it coming up in the next video also. And stay tuned for more, and stay safe from monkeypox. No jokes. All right. So have a good night, guys.
I'm not getting me, so I'm not even alone of it.